The Adam Gravitz Sports Show.
What's happening, party people? Welcome to the Adam Gravitz Sports Show. This is Jack. Say hello, Adam.
What's going on? This is all difficult today, so...
It's all difficult. What's so difficult about today, Adam?
You've made everything difficult. That's all, Jack.
All I was asking was for you to do the slightly below bare minimum of trying to do a podcast. And
I am.
And you brought back out the Spirit Airlines headphones, and I appreciate that.
They're very nice. Stop making fun of my headphones, asshole.
I mean, you're proudly anti-headphone, which like.
No, I have headphones. I just don't.
The level of which you hate headphones is the level at which, like, Aaron Rodgers hates vaccines, or
that's pretty accurate. No, these work fine, as you can see. They're working fine.
They're perfectly that's what I was telling you. They're perfectly cromulent.
I know they are.
So we made it. It's 2024. Those of you listening have survived to make it here to listen to this. So thank you very much. Appreciate you, those of you watching on YouTube. And so here we are. We had a delightful. What was upsetting you?
Just watching a game.
What game were you watching?
With no sound. Pittsburgh, North Carolina.
Good, as you should. Ugh. ACC basketball, like that conference matters.
Doesn't, but still.
Loser.
Sorry, I'm not watching your shitty team lose by 40.
I told you that was going to happen. We're losing by 14. That's actually, and you weren't going to watch it anyway because you won't turn on Peacock because you can't.
No, because the problem is when you watch. Okay, with Peacock, you can only watch that show. You can't flip back and forth.
The problem with Peacock is the streaming is poor, the commercials are bad, and it's bad programming.
Okay, but again, you can't flip back and forth. That's the problem.
Okay, well, that's one of the problems. Also,
but if I want to flip back and forth and watch another game, I can't do it on Peacock.
Well, you shouldn't watch Maryland Purdue.
I wouldn't watch Maryland.
I told you this. I thought the game was. Honestly, I'm impressed it's as close as it is.
Well, Purdue's a lot better than you. I don't know why this is shocking.
I'm impressed that it's as close as it is.
Kevin Willard isn't that great of a coach anyway. We've already gone through this 1,000 times.
I'm with you on that. But
you're finally in agreement with me. It's impressive.
That's fair. Well, anyway, we made it through New Year's. It was a fantastic bowl season. We made it through.
No, it wasn't. I had like the worst 48 hours of sports of my life.
Oh, you had the worst. You won a fantasy football championship. You can't claim.
But I also fucked up my other league.
You fucked up. So you came in second place in one league and first in another. That's called hitting fantasy sports gold.
Nah, like I said, I fucked up with terrible draft management or lineup management.
What did you do that was wrong? Everyone wants to hear about this.
I benched the wrong defense. I put the wrong defense in, and then I didn't play Devontae Adams because I thought Aiden O'Connell was dog shit, which he's been. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know he was going to pepper Devontae Adams with 21 targets against a Colts defense that had been good against the receivers. So,
fine. Well,
fuck me. Again, what are you going to do?
If you want to complain about being in second in one league and first,
no, it's not. I'm complaining. I'm just saying, I should have won both. That's all.
Now you're going to take home many hundreds of dollars handed to you by your best friend John Barr. So that's good.
Well, beating both the bars is good. It doesn't suck.
That's pretty strong.
It's amazing. Shocker. John Barr didn't get his 3 rushing touchdowns a game that he usually gets from Jalen Hurts. He got 3 passing touchdowns. Yeah. No, but I'm talking about I had a bad sports weekend, for my teams that I root for.
Oh, your spectating sports.
Yes, and was very bad. Bad?
I guess your 2 football teams led up 100 points. So I guess that's not ideal.
Pretty fucking bad. I knew. What do we have to address the elephant in the room? That's fine. I don't fucking care.
So as let's say more than half of your team sat out.
Which again, I love that. Yeah,
your team being Florida State, they sat out.
But I love and then everyone's shitting on us they're a bunch of quitters and okay, we can get into that.
Every college team had opt-outs.
Right, but everyone's saying that we're quitters because we should have just shown that we deserve to be there. This game meant nothing, as I said 1,000 times. Yeah. Georgia cared about this game because they realized they fucked up royally in that they were the best team in the country. I don't care what you say. By the metrics, they're the best team in the country.
They were number one.
And they blew a massive opportunity against an Alabama team that they were much better than.
Yeah.
They fucked up. So, of course, they were going to take it out on us. But then, obviously, as we know, telling Florida State to go out, telling guys like Jared Verse and Johnny Wilson and Trey Benson, who could have gone pro last year, by the way.
Yeah.
But who were convinced by Mike Norvell and Florida State to come back because, we've got a legitimate shot to win the national championship or to be a special team. You do everything that you're told to do, and then, oh, by the way, we're going to, because the committee's a bunch of fucking morons,
right?
We're going to fuck you over. Oh, but I want you to play in this bowl game again, a game that doesn't mean shit against Georgia. Like, fuck you.
And I think that's the right answer, right? Like, if the system is going to screw you over, then don't participate in the system.
Right. So we should help ESPN get ratings? Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, no, dive bomb.
Like, get the fuck out of here. I was so like...
Yeah.
When I read people like Terrell Owens, who I guarantee does not watch any college football. Like, so Florida State, look, long story short, Florida State lost 63-3.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not surprising. Georgia literally played most of their team. And Florida State, as you said, had like 14 or 15 starters not playing. Mm-hmm. And then a bunch, like, of course they were getting this shit beat out of them.
Yeah.
Like, kudos, Georgia. Congratulations. You beat our second and third stringers.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. And everyone being like, this proved it. This proved it. It's like, tell me you don't watch college football by saying stuff like that. Because you don't.
Totally.
So, yeah, we got our ass kicked. But what sucked for me is, as a fan, I couldn't watch the game. I just couldn't. It was not enjoyable.
It was unbearable for you.
Right. It was unbearable. Like, I knew what was going to happen. I couldn't watch it.
Yeah.
So that sucked.
Well, you didn't have the kind of training that I've had as a Maryland fan watching really bad sports for a long time. You didn't have the same level of despair set in that you should have really cultured up. But whatever. But overall, the bowl, I mean,
we'll get into the semifinals a little bit later. But back to my shitty 48 hours. Okay, sure. Then following that up, the Dolphins had a huge game against the Ravens. I knew it wasn't going to be easy because the Ravens usually fuck us up. Like, we beat them last year on a crazy comeback. But the Ravens are just a bad matchup. And we actually got off to a great start. Mm-hmm. But then, like, Lamar owns the Dolphins. And sure enough, he just absolutely shit-pumped us. And just, we couldn't cover anybody. And then to make matters worse, everyone's favorite coach, Mike McDaniel, everyone's like, oh, Mike McDaniel, he's such a kooky guy, decided I'm going to leave my probable Pro Bowl linebacker Bradley Chubb in a game down 30, and what does he do? Tear his ACL. Yeah. Like, and then look, to McDaniel's, I guess, credit, he was like, yeah, it looks like I may have made a mistake. It's like, well, no fucking shit, idiot. Like, I like Mike McDaniel. I do think he is like the guy for the future for like the next however long he wants to coach.
Yeah.
But bro, you fucked us.
No, you should have pulled
with your dumbass decision.
Yeah.
Like, there was no reason for Bradley Chubb to be in that game. So, not a great situation. Raheem Mostert and Jalen Waddle didn't play. Not making excuses. Ravens were by far the better team. Like, and now everyone's going back to the whole Miami's a fraud. Now we have to play Buffalo in a winner-take-all for the division game, which, by the way, shouldn't even be a winner-take-all game had Miami not fucked up a 13-point lead against Tennessee at home. Mm-hmm. We'd be resting everybody because we'd already have the second seed. Or the third seed. Well, you know what I'm saying? We'd already locked in.
Yeah.
So we brought this on ourselves. I do love that everyone thinks we have no shot in hell of winning, so that's cool.
You like that?
That's fine. No, I would rather be the massive underdog, like everyone being like, you guys have no shot, and then, we go out and we do well against them, but
yeah,
we'll see. It's frustrating, but, Miami brought this on themselves. Yeah. So what are you going to do? And we suck against Josh Allen. Josh Allen, shocker, torches the fuck out of us every time he plays us. So I don't know if him and Stephon Diggs see red when they play us, but somehow those two always seem to have their best games against the Dolphins. So
yeah,
we'll see, man. I don't know. We won't have Jalen Waddle, but we should have a couple other guys back. I would hope. We did lose one of our other stud cornerbacks. So that's Miami's just been crushed by injuries, especially on defense. But no excuses. It's the NFL.
That's the spirit.
It's cool. So that's fun. It was a bad look. You couldn't get a worse 48 hours as a spec for your teams as I did. You really couldn't.
Yeah, you lost like 100.
Yeah, I know. You don't have to bring up the actual numbers. I know.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
I'm aware. It wasn't fun.
Wouldn't you? You've said this plenty of times. Wouldn't you rather have it be like that than
than losing on a last second field goal?
Gut wrenching losses.
Yes, but it still wasn't. Yes, but it still wasn't great.
Yeah.
Like I say that, but it's still once you're in it and watching your team get the shit beat out of you, it's not fun.
Yeah.
Like another one I had to turn off or had to watch another game instead. So, so that was that.
Tough world.
Ugh.
But at least it was a long weekend and you didn't have to do any work.
Yeah.
And there you had
Did not have to go to work. You are correct. Huh?
I know you're going to kick me off of Maryland, but I enjoyed the Maryland-Auburn bowl game. Auburn didn't really seem like they wanted to be there. Freeze was not happy, which is great.
Because why would they want to be there? It's a 6-6 game against a 7-5 game, and fucking who cares?
So I like that Maryland shit pumped them.
Games don't mean anything.
It was fun.
Yeah, no, I'm sure it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, no, I'm happy.
One thing I was talking to Johnny Peak, who was down there, and it did seem like our defensive players were just hitting harder than usual, which is nice. Good to see guys just kind of running around with reckless abandon, having a good time. As we had talked many times, Billy Edwards can run, but he doesn't look like he can throw. And yeah,
but he's not going to be your quarterback in the future. We've already gone through this 1,000 times. He can
still be the gadget Taysom Hill.
Yeah, and I'm sure MJ Morris is going to be really happy to be taken out the goal line for a fucking gadget player. You know how annoying the gadget players are?
They are, but if they score touchdowns, who cares?
Sure, I guess. Whatever. Okay. Look, both of us got transfer quarterbacks, so that was nice.
That's the spirit. Yes, you got your transfer quarterback.
I did. DJ Uyunglele is now a Seminole, so I'm very happy about that. Yes, I think he's a very good fit. I think Tate Rodemaker, who was the quarterback, who unceremoniously transferred to be being a little bitch. Yeah, I mean, Mike Norvell's floor is no longer winning 7 games. When you win 23 out of your last 27 games, your floor gets a little higher.
Yeah. And
Tate Rodemaker, this isn't a shot at him, though it probably will sound like it. He is a backup quarterback in college football. It's what he is. Let me rephrase that. He could start at a G5 school or a low-level Power 5 school. But Florida State is not a low-level Power 5 school.
They have dreams of winning a championship, right?
They do. Not even winning a championship, just being in the playoff. That's their goal next year, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
So DJU can do that. He's played at 2 Power 5 schools and played 2 years at Clemson. He knows the ACC. He brings a different style of football in that he's 250 pounds. I mean, there's a reason he was a 5-star quarterback. I'm not saying he hasn't lived up to his, number 2 prospect in the nation ranking, but he's been fine. So yeah, I love the move. And Miami didn't get a quarterback. The quarterback they wanted, they didn't get. So Cam Ward.
The nonsense rumor is that Talia Tungavaloa is going to go there.
It's not happening. I don't think.
I don't think he's
now. They're interested in somebody else. It's not. He's not going.
Well, also, I don't think he's going to get a waiver to play anyway. So what's the point?
Doesn't matter. Like I said, they're going after. They might be going after a guy from USC anyway. It doesn't. Good. Yeah. So yeah, I don't. Yeah. So we both got quarterback. I don't know what we want. What do we want to get right into the shit games last night?
Yeah, let's talk about the semifinals.
Okay, sounds good. Which one do you want to start with? First one?
Start with the first one, the Michigan.
Okay, go ahead.
Alabama.
However you want to steer it, I don't fucking care. So you know my feelings on it.
Michigan dominated Alabama for most of the game. Some special teams miscues.
I mean, that was one of the worst special teams performances I've ever seen from a top school. Michigan special teams are dog shit. Their kicker, he's okay. He missed a long field goal. I'm not going to shit on him. Their punter is terrible. He was averaging 37 yards a punt. And they weren't good punts at all. Their punt return game, oh my God. How do you have all 5-star kids, which I'm sure Michigan has, and you couldn't find a punt returner?
Someone could return punts, right?
Alabama special teams were so much better than Michigan's. It was insane. Yeah, no, what I don't like hearing is people being this was a classic game. No, it wasn't. It was, for 3.5 quarters, it was a shitty game. For an 8-minute stretch in the fourth quarter, I'll say it was fine. Right? I think you'd agree.
Yeah, it kind of underscores some of the stuff that we talked about previously of McCarthy's not great.
No, he's not. You know what he is? He's a winner. I'll give him that. He wins games. But he's also surrounded by a shitload of talent.
Yeah.
I cannot wait for the team that wants to invest a first-round pick in this guy. You are going to be very disappointed.
Yeah.
Really disappointed. And he's not an NFL quarterback. He's not going to lead you on his own with a not great team to wins. I think he's surrounded by so much an amazing offensive line and all that shit. I just don't think he's that guy. I really don't. Yeah. He doesn't have anything he's not Brock Purdy.
He's Brock Purdy.
All I'm saying is he is not a first round quarterback.
And you know what? Who also Milrose overrated.
Oh, can we please get into that and how I believe when Florida State was unceremoniously booted from the playoff, they were told the main reason was because they didn't have their quarterback and they were a totally different team, correct? Jalen Milroe had 116 yards passing.
5 yards per attempt. Yes.
Are you honestly going to tell me that Tate Rodemaker, with all of our weapons, by the way, I love it. They're like, oh, Florida State would have lost by 40. Like, morons, we would have had all of our players. You think Keon Coleman was opting out? Of course they were going to play.
Yeah.
Trey Benson would have played. Johnny Wilson would have played, right? Obviously.
Yeah. If
they were in the fucking playoff.
Yeah.
Are you going to tell me that Tate Rodemaker couldn't throw for 116 yards, Jack?
No.
I mean, give me a fucking break. Like, Alabama proved, like, oh my God, the team with a loss who should have lost to Auburn and Arkansas and struggled against South Florida lost in the playoff? Oh my God, what a shocker.
Yeah.
Like, sorry that, like, I'm not happy that ESPN and the committee kowtow to piece of shit Saban who whines and bitches that he should be in the playoff every fucking year. Like, they weren't good. I'm sorry. They were not a good team. They weren't. They proved it all year.
They got by.
They could have lost like 5 games this year. No, they could have easily lost 5 games.
If they were not named Alabama, let's say their name was
Washington
Ole
State
Miss or Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
I think no one would think about them at all.
No, like, again, congrats to Michigan. I don't really love Michigan by any means, but like,
they're a bunch of cheese.
Kudos. I mean, it does prove that, like, yeah, Florida State should. I will say this: it's going to be one of the greatest what-ifs in college football history. Because of what the committee did to Florida State. Mm-hmm. It'll never happen again, ever, because we're going to a 12-team playoff. But you'll never see anything like this. And, yeah, that's it. And so, like, seeing them lose, yes, it brought a smile to my face.
Good. As it should.
So, fuck you, Nick Saban, and fuck you, SEC.
There you go.
And fuck you, Kirk Herbstreit.
Yeah. It's your diss track.
I don't like him. What do you want me to say? I don't like him.
Night game was Washington, Texas.
Oh, can we say timeout? Can we say another thing?
Sure.
Starting these games at like 9 o'clock. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, it's not great.
Like, figure out a way to start at like 2. Do it at like 2 o'clock and 6 o'clock or something. This is not good. Or like, how about 4 o'clock? Like, what was it? Do 4 o'clock and 8 and 7?
Washington's a West Coast.
I don't care. You cannot have a game on a Monday night start at 9 o'clock.
It's a holiday. Who cares?
It was not a holiday.
It's New Year's.
Everyone was going to work the next day. What is wrong with you?
Everyone's easing into the work.
You're really going to do this? Are you really defending? Also, there's 950 commercials.
No,
what the fuck are you talking about?
I went to sleep before it was over.
Yeah, I went to sleep at halftime. I didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
But go ahead. What do we want to talk about?
No, I mean, Penix looked really good. And
and then their running back got hurt towards like the end of the game, and apparently like Washington again didn't watch it, but apparently they had like a 10-point lead and almost fucked it up.
Mm-hmm. No, like, if you want to say that both games ended with like in the last seconds with either team having a chance.
Listen, I'm very impressed by Michael Penix. He's a hell of a player. Like, they have a great receiving core. I was shocked that they were able to beat Texas, because I thought Texas had the advantage on both the offensive and defensive lines. Looks like I was wrong on that one.
Yeah.
But once again, the team who had a loss didn't win. Mm-hmm. And that's another thing that bothered me, was that, like, when you look back at it, like, Texas jumped Florida State, right? Mm-hmm. For beating Oklahoma State in the Big 12 championship? Am I missing something?
Hey, Oklahoma State was a very good 9-4 team.
Right. But Florida State beat, at the time, higher-ranked team.
Yes.
Like, what the committee showed was, like, it only mattered how many points they scored. Like, whew! I'm just... Again, at least there was some kismet in that, like, the two teams that did... How about this? The two teams that were given their spot didn't win.
Yeah.
So that worked.
Yeah. And this way, when Florida State falls to like 14th ranked, ranking.
Oh, I hope they do. I pray. What's going to be funny is, like you said, the pollsters are so stupid. Even though Florida State was considered better than Georgia before the bowl, like you said, even though they have how many teams have one loss? How many teams will have one loss in the country? Georgia,
Florida State,
and whoever loses this, then Florida State.
Yeah, that's it.
Correct?
Mm-hmm. Oh, and Liberty.
Okay. Shut up. My point is, Florida State in the final poll should be probably...
Still 5.
7?
Yeah, or 7.
7?
Yeah.
But like you said, would it shock you at all if they got dropped to like 12?
Well, here's the thing, though.
Because they're stupid.
Rankings... Okay, so...
I know you're going to say they don't matter. It does matter. Like, you want to be, like, finishing the top 10 at least.
My question is, all right, if the playoff committee was going to argue, they were trying to seed the 4 best teams.
Oh, don't even get me started on that. Do not even get me started on that.
Rankings are supposed to gauge the entire season's product. So
That's correct.
I feel like Florida State does deserve the 5 spot at worst because
so you're saying Georgia should be number 4?
I think Georgia should be 4. And Florida
State that's fine. I'd be fine with that. Over Texas that's fine.
That being said, yes, we'll probably see Florida State fall to 9 or 10.
Which is insane because of one game that nobody played.
Right. It was an exhibition game. You might as well call it we'll leave this spot with bowl games. Everyone's made fun of the various Cheez-It.
No, I like those. When you have
fun, but what I'm saying is how do we make it so? And there's been some mediocre recommendations. What is the solution to making it so bowl games are fun and not?
There is none. I mean, unless you're gonna pay them. I mean, that's the only way you're gonna do. That's the only way you're gonna get people to give a shit. I'm sorry. There's no other. What was what was Florida State's what's the word? Motivation.
Yeah.
For playing in that.
Well,
there was none.
So what?
Now again, I don't know what the number is, but how about this? Again, these sponsors have so much money, it doesn't matter. $25,000 a player, maybe that'll get them to play. I don't know. But again, that's my only argument. You're not going to get the bowls as we know it are worthless. They just all hurt. And you think it's bad now? Next year, when it goes to 12 team, it's even worse.
Yeah. So one of the things. So I was thinking about how you make it so it's. One of the suggestions that I've heard is taking it so again is sort of paying it. It's putting together a pot of money where the players get paid out, involving NIL type stuff where a player can promote their existence in a bowl game. One thing that I haven't heard mentioned is creating a universal insurance policy where anyone gets hurt in a bowl game gets paid out without them taking a personal.
I think they all have I think they all have insurance policies on themselves.
Oh, on themselves.
The big name guys.
The Willis McGahee rule.
I think they all do.
But honestly, for me, if I were someone who is looking at getting a top 10 draft pick, I would not play. There's not enough money you could pay.
I don't care if I'm a top 3 round draft pick.
Yeah, the only thing
top 4 round. I'm not
do is hurt yourself. You're not. I don't
exactly.
I don't think unless you're unless you're elevating yourself obviously in the playoff, where it's wow, it might maybe Penix goes up 1 slot.
Sure,
but the reality is nobody else. Does anyone care that Maryland's 3rd string corner had a pick 6? No. So meanwhile, the rest of our defensive backfield declared. Another thing that I think Loxley was talking about is having a spring bowl season. So you make it so it's kind of a super obvious that it's exhibition. You guys coming into the season, and it's their way of competing for spots and making it the preseason. I don't know. Yeah,
I don't know. Somebody said make bowl season week 0 or something. I don't know, man. I really don't know what you do, but they're not. It's not looking good. That's all I was going to say. It's just not
for
good.
decades, people have made fun of the minor bowls anyway. And you can't change moving the declaration date back.
Yeah, that's something you could do. I guess
you still.
So that's one thing you could. The problem is, I guess you could move the portal.
You'd still sit out, right? If I'm going to do the portal, I would just sit out, and then I.
I don't know, man. I don't know what the deal is. It's just I don't know.
But I'm not gonna besmirch anyone transferring because these coaches can snap their fingers and take millions of dollars and move somewhere else.
Yeah, anyway, no, I know.
So you know what? The players are giving it their all for basically no money and no compensation, and getting themselves hurt at the chance that they can get a career. So
yeah, but whatever. That's all. So
football. So
we got next. Next week. Listen,
who are you rooting for in the championship?
Washington.
Yeah,
1000% Washington. I don't want Michigan to win. I find Harbaugh to be very.
He's gross.
Yeah, he's gross. I find that university to be gross.
Mm-hmm. I'm with you.
So yeah, I have no problems with that. Washington to me is just so not. I don't care about them, but they don't affect me.
It's like when Gonzaga wins in the NCAA tournament. I'm I don't care about them in any way.
Right. I have no problem with Kalen DeBoer. I have no problem. I like Penix.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm rooting for Washington.
I think same. I'm not one of these weirdos who's oh, Big Ten needs to win.
Fuck that. Yeah. Wait, speaking of that funny shit, the long snapper at LSU, trolled Florida State by being somebody like Jordan Travis put some weird emoji out, like melting face, I guess, with Alabama losing.
Okay.
And the LSU long snapper was like 63-3.
Okay.
Bro, A, your team lost twice in a row to Florida State.
Mm-hmm.
B, you were the snapper that had the snap that got blocked in the first game. Mind you, remember, we went on a blocked extra point. And C, you had nothing to do with it. Conference pride is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. People rooting for conferences is the lamest shit I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, I agree.
If Clemson's in there, I'm going to root for Clemson. No. I don't like Clemson.
Yeah.
I'm not rooting for Clemson. Like, you're an LSU person, you're chirping about how Georgia blew Florida State's like junior varsity team out. What the fuck is wrong with you,
also,
you dork?
LSU almost lost to Wisconsin. So
yeah, LSU, congratulations. Florida State shit pumped you. I mean, shit pumped you. Game 1.
Yeah.
And you're gonna chirp at us? Okay, bro. Kudo, cool. Okay. Fucking losers. Anyway, yeah. So that's what else we got? Your Wizards had your boy Wes Unseld had an interesting comment or statement.
Okay. What did he say? Tell me.
Did I send you? What was the question I sent? It was.
I was asking about if he's going to showcase veterans.
Yeah, I asked Wes Unseld. Yeah, is a priority to showcase veterans or develop young talent? He says he doesn't get into showcasing, and if moves are made, he'll adjust, but he puts in the best lineup to win. Wow, they really did find the perfect coach that just has no idea what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wait. So let me get this straight. You're going to put in the best lineup to win.
Well, clearly it's not working.
Bro, if this is the best lineups to win, then I don't even want to know what the other lineups are. My dude, you're 6-26.
Right. You could do the lineup cards from like pulling names out of a hat, and you'd still have the same record.
Is he just? Let me ask you, is he really just stupid? Like, is he just stupid?
I think he's doing a bit. He can't be this bad.
Oh no, he is this bad.
He can't be this bad. He has to be like trolling. He has to be trolling.
Okay.
I
really think he's this bad.
Wrong.
It is the best thing about it is like as Wizards fans, like we do need them to lose.
Mm-hmm.
So he does do that. It's like with a competent coach, I think the Wizards would probably have double-digit wins at this point.
Probably, sure.
But because we have probably the worst coach in the NBA,
yeah,
we have 6 wins.
Yeah, you know what?
Oh, there was a rumor that came out that the Wizards are looking for multiple firsts for Kyle Kuzma. I'll tell you this. If someone offers me multiple firsts for Kyle Kuzma, see ya. I like Kuzma. I think Kuzma's been really good.
He's nice.
And like his numbers are like, it's not easy to find a guy that can average 23 and 7 and shooting 50%. Like he does that.
I'd like him to be our second best player though.
But he's not. He's sadly the best player. But I'm saying, if some team offers me 2 firsts,
bye. I'll pack
deuces. Bye-bye.
I'll pack your stuff.
Yeah, seriously. But I thought that was interesting to see that like they're asking for 2 firsts or they're asking for 2 firsts, I guess, for him.
Okay.
I don't know.
That's fine.
Cool.
Whatevs.
Yeah, don't worry. I mean, won't matter. Bilal still wouldn't get minutes. He'd still play like
There's Anthony Gill will get a return to the lineup.
It'd be like, I'm putting the best lineup in there. Anthony Gill, you start over Bilal.
No, don't worry. Still got to take Denny out after 5 minutes.
Yeah, still take Denny out after 5. I mean, that's really that.
Do you want to pick the Week 18 games?
I sure if you want to. I mean,
speed round. We were running.
We can do it real quick.
All right, speed round.
How about we just do the games that matter? Do we have to go through every game? Because I think like not every one of them have any matter.
Have playoff implications.
No, some of them don't though. I don't want to do the ones that have
I'll do the ones that have playoff implications. Okay,
that's what I asked. Okay,
all right, Pittsburgh's at the Ravens. Ravens are.
I'll take Pittsburgh. I mean,
Pittsburgh.
I think Pittsburgh wins. I mean, No,
it's a rivalry game.
No, you know what? I'm gonna take Baltimore. I think even with Huntley, I think they win. I don't think Pittsburgh's good.
Okay.
So I'll take Pittsburgh. I'll take it's at Baltimore. I'll take Baltimore to shock them at home. But I could be completely wrong on this one. I don't know.
Okay.
Depends on who they play. I don't know how many snaps is Zay Flowers playing? How many snaps is Gus Edwards playing? I don't know.
Okay. Another playoff. This is to get in the wild card in the
possibly or even win the division.
Right here, Houston and Indianapolis.
I'll take Houston. I don't think Indy's good. I just don't. I don't think Houston's great either. But like, I'll take CJ Stroud over Gardner Minshew. I'm not. No.
Okay, I'm with you on that. All right. I don't think Cleveland and Cincinnati is going to matter.
Doesn't matter. No.
Minnesota, Detroit's not going to matter. Jackson.
It could kind of matter. I'll take Detroit. I don't think Minnesota's trash.
Detroit coming off all their belly aching, still going to win.
And they deserve to bellyache.
They should have everyone report as receivers every snap.
Exactly.
All right, skipping ahead. Let's see. The New Orleans Saints are hosting the Atlanta Falcons.
New Orleans is going to win, but it's not going to matter because Tampa's then going to beat Carolina. So Tampa's going to win the division.
Cool. Tampa's going to beat Carolina. Chicago and Green Bay doesn't really matter.
Doesn't matter, but you know what? I like what Chicago's doing. I'm going to take Chicago in a minor upset.
Okay.
It does matter because Green Bay wins. They're in it.
Win their spot. Yeah, they're.
Yeah, I think, but I think Chicago kind of has that Detroit feel where Detroit started out really shitty last year, got hot, and Chicago's got like a ton of cap space, two high first round picks, including the number 1 pick. Yeah, I'll take Chicago in a minor upset.
Okay. We'll skip Denver, Las Vegas. Skip Philadelphia, New York, Seattle.
Philly's going to win, though. I mean, it does matter a little bit, but Philly should win that. Though Philly's dog shit right now.
Yeah, they're all kinds of discombobulated. The Seahawks are going to defeat Arizona.
I don't know about that one. I kind of like Arizona a little bit.
Arizona.
I do.
Why would you like Arizona?
Arizona plays hard. Seattle's just kind of eh.
Well,
I'm gonna say I think Arizona's going to cover. They might. I think they're going to cover.
Coming fresh off of beating the Eagles, but the Eagles.
So what's your point? They're going to play all their guys.
Fine.
I think.
I don't hate it, but I don't love it.
All right.
Chiefs are super stinky.
They'll win though. Doesn't matter. They'll win. It doesn't matter. They've already clinched.
The Rams are at the 49ers.
Apparently the Niners are going to play their guys. I don't buy it.
I don't think it's a good idea.
I'll take the Rams.
Rams are trying really hard.
Even though they've already clinched a spot. Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Dallas, Washington. That's going to be for the
Dallas should smash them. Dallas is going to smash them.
Washington doesn't care.
Dallas wins the division with a win, so yeah, they'll do it.
Yeah, and then the game of the week, your Dolphins are hosting the Bills. You already said that the Bills have a good run.
So here's the only thing: if this was in Buffalo, it would be a white Buffalo destroys them.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that it is in Miami does help.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to sound like a homer. I think all of this talk about how Buffalo is they're the sleeper team. Nobody wants to see Buffalo. This, that, and the other. I think Miami's going to say fuck it, and they're gonna pull out like a 31-30, 34-31 win.
Okay.
You do realize Buffalo could either be the second seed or out of the playoffs. If Pittsburgh and Jacksonville win,
a team in history who's
they've shown it before. I think
more disappointing than the Bills.
Oh, yeah, there's been teams. Yes, there have been plenty of teams. So if Pittsburgh and Jacksonville win,
Buffalo clinches if Pittsburgh loses or Jacksonville loses.
But if Pittsburgh and Jacksonville both win, and Buffalo loses, they're out.
Win.
Yeah.
Buffalo.
But I don't think.
Try their hardest.
Again, I think you'd agree. If this game was in Buffalo, it's Buffalo by 1,000.
Yeah, it's going to snow this weekend. So you guys are screwed.
In Miami, I feel like Miami's. You agree that nobody likes Miami right now. They are so their stock is so low.
Yeah. Look, there's no Waddle. You mentioned the injuries that exist.
But Mostert should be back. Mostert, I think, will be back. I think.
There's no Again, no Waddle.
But do you agree with what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Who's picking Isn't everyone sucking Buffalo's dick? Yes or no? Yes.
I think everyone hates the Dolphins.
Right. So what? You don't think that McDaniel knows that and is going to get them up?
They got to play the game.
All right.
They got to play the game. No,
I agree, but you get my point, though. I'm going to call the upset.
Call the upset. Let's do it.
Well, you're picking Buffalo. I don't care.
No,
which is fine. You should.
I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills.
That's fine. Okay, great. It's fine. Again, I don't blame you. Miami looks like shit, but again, when everyone's down on you, this is when you can rise up.
You stand tall and
absolutely
fight. Stand up and fight like you're a MAGA person being mad at Green Day for pointing out that you're an idiot. So.
Oh yeah, and we don't have to get into that shit. That's stupid.
But guess it's 2024. So many exciting political things happening. Looking forward to unblocking Carson.
Did you hear
November 8th.
Did you hear though that for Trump's New Year's Eve party, People wanted tickets for scalping tickets for $10,000. I'm sure you believe that.
StubHub 10K tickets to the shitfest. Sounds amazing.
I mean, do you know what I like? He just doesn't. He just can't stop. Like, I don't think he can go a day without lying. Right? He can't go a day without lying.
The tickets might have been $10,000 because there's no chance in hell I would go. So
you believe that somebody paid $10,000 for this party?
I believe that someone may have considered embezzling $10,000 with the tickets.
Also, did you see the pictures from it? He looked real happy.
He looked like he's miserable. So his wife.
His fake wife. Yeah. By the way, so her mother's so sick, correct?
Mm-hmm.
But her husband, but Melania's father was at Mar-a-Lago. Want to explain that one?
He went as a tribute. Because Melania is collateral, so Melania would come back.
You know my favorite thing? Cage. So my favorite thing, this will be the last thing we talk about. My favorite thing is going to be when the Epstein logs come out.
Yes, he's on
and
there.
Trump's name is on. Oh, they're on. I mean, listen, breaking news. I'm not voting for Bill Clinton for president because he's on Epstein's log. Good thing we don't have to worry about that. But what's going to be funny, I can't wait to see what the mouth breathers are going to say.
They're already saying that they were just good friends, and
that's
Trump,
it. They're just good.
And Trump told him that he wanted nothing to do with him after he.
That's right. Did I send you something that they said? What was it?
He said that once he discovered that he was doing inappropriate things, they broke ties.
Right, guy. I love it. This guy, I don't know who this weirdo is. He's probably some dumb House of Rep guy.
Mm-hmm.
Trump threw Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago at a time when virtually all the other rich elite were very much befriending him. Guy can't be blackmailed, can't be controlled. Really? Ask Putin about that one. Oh my God, they are
fantastic.
Yeah, I know. Nobody cares about our political talk, but yeah, whoa.
But this is
wow. But yeah, $10,000, man.
You can do all kinds of.
And you know what?
Gestures.
There was people crying. Did you know that I saw grown men crying because they couldn't get in?
You did.
Yeah, grown men crying. They couldn't get in Trump's Mar-a-Lago party.
Oh, man, let me see what happens if I press this button. There we go. We walk right out. All right.
What are you doing?
Adam, this is Jack. This has been the Adam Gravitz Sports Show. Keep pressing the button. There are all these triggers on my screen. I love it.
What? Are you ending this?
I'm gonna end the show. It's fine. It's for Adam.
Can you stop? What are you doing? Can I close out? What are you doing?
Out? Do your thing. I was pressing the button that triggers the song.
All right. So see, that works. So going forward, I have to use these crappy earbuds then. All right.
You need better earbuds.
No, I like these. These are fine.
You like the Spirit?
Yeah, they're fine. Okay. They do fine. Yeah. I mean, did you have any problem hearing me?
It was much better than.
Okay, so then going forward, I'll just leave them over there, and I'll make sure that I have my computer ready every Tuesday.
That's the sausage gets
under
made.
3 DVDs.
Perfect. You have a perfect setup. It's a perfect 10 out of 10. Rate my Zoom room.
I think I did a really good job. All right, good deal.
All right. Well, for Adam, this is Jack. This has been the Adam Gravitz Sports Show. Have a great night. Press the button again. I need to do an outro button.
You're such an idiot. All right, I'm closing out.
All right.
I'm closing out later.
See ya. Have a good night, everyone.